There's one question on everyone's mind, and that's, how the heck do we get rich? You see, most people grow up thinking they'll be rich in the future, but once they're older, reality kicks in and they start to realise that maybe they can't be rich. They start believing that the only way to ever get rich is by winning the lottery or being born rich, but that's not the case. It's not going to be easy, but there is a way to build wealth when you don't come from money. Hello and welcome back to Tied to Wealth, where you're just one sale away from financial success. Ever dreamt of being a millionaire? Yeah, who hasn't? But let's be real, it's no walk in the park. The rich keep getting richer, and for the rest, the gap seems wider than ever. According to the Credit Suisse Global Wealth Report, less than 9% of folks in the US can rock the millionaire title. But get this, in 2020 alone, 1.7 millionaires were minted in the United States. And here's a fun fact from business guru Thomas J. Stanley. A whopping 80% of US millionaires are self-made. No silver spoons, just hard work and hustle. So, what's the magic recipe for turning rags into riches, especially when you don't have a trust fund waiting for you? Well, it all starts with your headspace. Seriously, changing your mindset is the secret sauce. You've got to believe that wealth is within your grasp and that you deserve it, even if the system seems rigged against you. Without that mental mojo, all the other strategies might as well be tossed out the window. And that's exactly why you need to let go of limiting beliefs. Alright, let's talk about getting that abundance mindset. You know, the belief that there's plenty of resources and opportunities for everyone. Sounds great, but here's the deal. For most of us, especially if you grew up without much, it's not something that just happens. You gotta work on it. Purdue University did this study that says a lot of our money habits are set by the time we're 7. Crazy, right? It means our thoughts about money are heavily influenced by how the people around us talk or act about it. If you grew up with not much cash flow, constantly hearing about shortages and watching folks scrape by paycheck to paycheck, you might start thinking, wealth is this VIP club you're not invited to. And let's be real, there's some truth to that. The systems in place to build wealth weren't exactly designed to help out the underdogs. If you're from a marginalised community, that's going to mess with your mindset, making it harder to see abundance when it's not exactly knocking on your door. Every day, many negative thoughts race through our minds. If we don't learn how to filter those thoughts, we start to believe in them. Eventually, they can lead to a scarcity mindset, which leads to scarcity actions, or what I call broke-ass decisions. This was said by the internet finance guru and author Rachel Rodgers. Rachel's all about flipping the script. Instead of pretending negative experiences don't exist, she says use them as fuel. Take racism for example. You can't wish it away, but you can choose a powerful response. She's big on rewriting your brain to accept the good stuff and make what she calls $1 million decisions before the actual millions roll in. What's a $1 million decision, you ask? It's not about having $1 million in your pocket. It's about the choices you make. Like when you apply for a job and confidently make a counteroffer because you know your value. That's a $1 million move. Or when you're on top of your game, asking for that well-deserved raise and making a solid case to your boss. That's another. The bottom line is, your mindset is like a GPS for opportunities. Change it up, start believing you deserve abundance, and watch those doors swing wide open. It's like Rachel says, thinking positive leads to positive actions. And with a bit of practice, it can totally turn your life around. You absolutely need to friggin' believe that you deserve all that money. However, that doesn't mean that you get an abundance mindset without putting anything in. First, you need to put the work in. You need to work hard on a good, solid idea, and you need to make the best of what you have. Once you've been doing that for a while, make sure you've got that abundance mindset. Not only will this make you more confident in negotiations, but it will also help you work towards your goals, since you'll truly believe you deserve more. Never underestimate the power of your mindset when you're working towards success. By the way, if you're enjoying everything in this video so far, would really appreciate it if you could just like and hit that subscribe button. Except that money is not always evil. The next thing you absolutely need to do is know that money is not evil. We've all heard the old saying, right? Money is the root of all evil. It's a real buzzkill, especially for those who have had some rough experiences with the green stuff. Some folks even stop themselves from wanting wealth just because of that belief. But here's the plot twist. Money can be a superhero too, doing some serious good in the world. Take Terrier Germa for example. She kicked off her career in education and non-profits, thinking she had to work in a church to make a difference. Then, she stumbled into the world of trading, built some serious wealth, and started teaching others how to be successful. Now, she's using her wealth and money to give people access to education and a shot at success. Rachel Rodgers, the author we just mentioned earlier in the video, had her own journey too. She went to law school dreaming of non-profit superhero work. But life threw some curveballs, and she found herself in the corporate world, interviewing for jobs she didn't really want. Here's what she said about that. The pressures from family members and my student loan debt eventually pushed me to give up on my dream for the sake of making money. I flew all around the country interviewing for jobs I didn't want. I wound up being offered an associate attorney position at a firm that represented big oil companies. However, she had an aunt, Aunt Barbara, who along with the wise parents of a girl she used to babysit, helped her to see that not all rich folks are evil. Long story short, she ditched the job offer, started her own gig, and now she's helping tons of folks, especially women, boost their earnings and raking in the millions. The lesson here, money's like a double-edged sword. It can do good or evil depending on how you wield it. So, don't let fear slam the brakes on your wealth pursuit or that dream paycheck. Giving up before you even start. Now, that's just crazy talk. Understand that high income is not enough. A high income is extremely crucial when it comes to building wealth. It's actually a lot more important than what people think. I mean, come on, how are you going to invest any money if you don't have the capital? However, on the opposite end of the spectrum, a lot of folks also believe that a high salary will eventually lead to wealth. Sorry to burst your bubble, folks, but realistically, that's not going to happen. In order to build wealth, you need to be more intentional about managing your expenses, and you need to know how to and where to invest. Look, folks, with inflation, your money is going to keep losing its value. There's no doubt about that. So in order to build wealth, you need to be invested in the stock market, real estate, a business, or another wealth-building avenue. Michelle Rickberg, a business manager, points out that many of her clients, a good chunk of them being first-gen millionaires, have had to figure out the budgeting and investing game the tough way. They've learned the hard truth. If you want to build wealth, being deliberate about your money is non-negotiable. At the same time, investing gives you the opportunity to level the playing field. Most people who don't come from a wealthy family or aren't that financially literate fall victim to this. But thanks to the birth of online investment brokerage firms, this industry has been democratized. Investing is now a game that's for everyone. Now, in order to convince yourself that investing is something you absolutely need to do, you need to imagine what life would look like if you didn't have to work for money. No, seriously. Imagine you're sitting at home, chilling and doing whatever the heck you want, without ever having to worry about where your next paycheck is coming from. So in order to build wealth from zero, you need to start investing as soon as you can afford it. Even if you're putting in $1, it's fine because it's about the mindset shift that's going to happen. On top of that, a small investment will build up over time and compound interest. So starting small and growing it over time is the key to building true wealth. The last but not the least way to build wealth from zero is by creating your own path. Here's the truth, there's no one-size-fits-all manual for getting rich. No secret sauce or magic formula. But you know what does matter? Consistency. Don't stress about fitting into some cookie-cutter standards. People have struck gold in stocks, real estate, or just good old savings. Or maybe they started a business that just got extremely successful. So, whether you're dreaming of that millionaire life or not, and no matter which road you're on, it's time to shake hands with your money mindset. Money might not buy happiness, but it sure opens up doors to options and a potentially sweeter life. Now, I'm not here to guarantee you'll be sipping champagne on a yacht just by following these tips, but I can bet adopting them will only do you good on your journey to building that wealth. So, why not give it a shot? Well folks, with that said, let us know in the comments what you think is the best way to build wealth from zero. See you next time.